Jelly Belly makes 15 billion jelly beans every year. That's more than 1,000 beans every second. So here's the question. How do they make such realistic flavors? Well, you're about to find out.
Did you know it takes up to 3 weeks to make a single jelly bean? That sweet little candy you pop in your mouth goes through a process so intricate and time-consuming, it could rival gourmet chocolate making. From a bubbling slurry of sugars to the multi-layered shell, every step demands precision and patience, and there's a good reason why. In this video, we'll uncover how these tiny, colorful treats are made, from the historical origins of jelly beans in Turkish Delight to the fascinating 21-day journey in today's candy factories. Why does it take so long, and what makes it worth the wait? Their origins are surprisingly mysterious, with no single definitive story of their invention. What we do know is that they likely evolved through a combination of techniques from different confections over time. This blending of ideas and methods has its roots in candies like Turkish Delight and Jordan almonds, both of which played a significant role in shaping what we know today as the jelly bean. Turkish Delight, a soft, chewy candy made from starch and sugar, had been a popular treat in the Middle East and Europe for centuries. Its combination of a pliable center and sweet flavor may have inspired Western candy makers, exploring new techniques in the 19th century. Around the same time, Jordan almonds, a French confection made by coating almonds in crisp sugar shells, brought the concept of sugar-based coatings to the forefront of candy making. These early innovations set the stage for the creation of candies, with a chewy interior and a crunchy outer layer, qualities that define jelly beans. The rise of sugar-based candies gained momentum during the Civil War era in the United States. Soldiers needed portable, shelf-stable treats to carry with them, and candies like hard sugar drops and jelly-based confectionaries became increasingly popular. These early treats provided quick energy and lightweight storage, which made them appealing not just for soldiers, but also for civilians who enjoyed the novelty of these compact sweets. Though jelly beans as we know them didn't exist yet, the needs of the time highlighted an interest in candies that could be easily transported and consumed. This paved the way for future innovations. After the war, the candy industry experienced a period of rapid growth. Techniques that had previously been done by hand began to transition into mechanized production, allowing candies to be made in greater quantities and with more consistency. This shift laid the foundation for complex candies like jelly beans to emerge as both labor-saving devices and improved machinery made manufacturing more practical. In 1869, Gustav Görlitz, an entrepreneurial candy maker, started a business producing a variety of candies, focusing on the evolving tastes of the American market. Although his early focus wasn't on jelly beans specifically, his work exemplifies how the candy-making craft continued developing through experimentation with new techniques. By the late 19th century, the Görlitz family's candy business was thriving, producing sweets that relied on many of the same ingredients and processes still used today. This family legacy would later intersect directly with the creation and popularization of the modern jelly bean. The introduction of the panning process was a critical step in the evolution of jelly beans. Originally developed for Jordan almonds, panning involves slowly building up layers of sugar around a solid or semi-solid core, creating the smooth and shiny shell familiar in candies like jelly beans. Early candy makers adapted this method, applying it to soft jelly centers rather than almonds or similar solids. This innovation allowed for the creation of candies that were both chewy inside and crunchy outside, a textural evolution that set jelly beans apart from other confections of the time. But jelly beans didn't yet resemble the distinctive treats that populate store shelves today. That transformation began in 1976, when the first official Jelly Belly flavors were introduced. Unlike traditional mixed bags of jelly beans, which had been available for decades, the Jelly Belly company focused on creating premium flavors with a uniform texture and size. They began with just 8 flavors, emphasizing quality over quantity, which was a significant departure from previous approaches. The move proved groundbreaking, catapulting jelly beans into mainstream popularity and creating a template for the wide variety of options available to this day. The Jelly Belly company's success also highlighted how the candy's production methods, some dating back centuries, remained relevant in modern manufacturing. Panning techniques, for example, are still used, combining traditional craftsmanship with modern automation to ensure precision and efficiency. These historical connections underline how jelly beans are more than just a casual treat. They're a blend of old-world methods and contemporary innovation. While mechanization allowed for scaling production, elements of the artisanal approach, like attention to syrup coating and drying times, remained vital to achieving the candy's desired texture and flavor. Through this complex evolution, jelly beans have maintained a balance between honoring their historical influences and embracing modern technology. Every glossy, colorful bean still reflects the ingenuity of candy makers from past centuries, updated for a world that demands precision and variety. Why does it take up to 21 days to produce such a tiny candy as a jelly bean? For many, this may seem like an unusually long time, when the end result is just a small, sweet treat. However, the journey of a jelly bean involves numerous steps, each requiring precision and care to ensure the final product achieves the texture, flavor, and appearance that jelly beans are known for. Let's dive into how this complex process starts and unfolds. The journey of a jelly bean begins with the preparation of its core. The first step involves creating a thick slurry, which serves as the foundation for the candy. This mixture is made from carefully measured amounts of water, sugar, corn syrup, and starch. Together, these ingredients create the soft, chewy interior that makes jelly beans distinctive from hard candies or chocolates. Once the base is blended and reaches the desired consistency, various flavorings are added. The flavorings often include naturally derived ingredients such as juice concentrates or fruit purees. These additions give each jelly bean its specific and recognizable taste. Attention to precision at this stage is critical because even small adjustments can significantly affect the candy's flavor and texture in later stages. Once the flavored slurry is ready, it moves to the molding stage. Here, a machine called a mogul plays a vital role. This machine is responsible for creating the shapes of the jelly bean centers. Wooden trays filled with fine, dry cornstarch are used as a base. The mogul machine compresses the starch in these trays, forming small bean-shaped indentations. Skilled workers monitor this process to ensure that each mold is identical in shape and size. Then, the heated slurry is carefully injected into these molds, filling each indentation. At this point, the jelly centers are still soft and require time to set. The trays are moved into a climate-controlled drying room, where the centers are left overnight. During this period, they firm up into the chewy textures needed for the next phase of production. This resting phase is crucial because inconsistencies in drying could lead to misshapen centers or irregular textures. Once the candy centers solidify, they begin the more intricate part of their journey, building the outer shell. Known as the panning process, this step forms the crisp exterior that contrasts with the soft center. The jelly bean cores are loaded into large, rotating pans, where the shell will be created over several days. The initial stage of panning involves spraying the centers lightly with water or syrup. Sugar is added in small quantities, adhering to the damp surface of each center. The beans are then rotated within the pans, ensuring even coverage. After this first layer of sugar is applied, the beans are left to dry overnight. Drying allows the sugar to harden, forming a thin shell layer. The process is repeated multiple times, with each cycle adding another fine layer of sugar to the jelly bean's surface. Workers and machines alternate duties during this stage to maintain quality. For example, syrups and sugars are sometimes poured manually to ensure precise flavor distribution, while automated tumbling machines handle much of the repetitive mixing and rotation. As the shell builds up, finer grades of sugar are introduced. Larger granules are used in initial layers, while powdered sugar is applied toward the final cycles to create a smoother texture. Between layers, flavors are reinforced through the addition of flavor-infused syrups. This gradual, step-by-step method ensures that every part of the shell its flavor, thickness, and texture is carefully controlled. The final steps of the panning process focus on enhancing the jelly bean's appearance. Once the shell has been built up to the desired thickness and hardness, the beans are coated with color. At this point, the beans are somewhat dull and lack the shiny, vibrant appearance associated with jelly beans. To achieve their iconic gloss, the candies are sprayed with a thin layer of confectioner's glaze, or food-grade shellac. This glaze not only provides a shiny look, but also protects the shell while enhancing its texture. The beans then go through an additional drying phase to allow the glaze to set properly. What makes this part of the manufacturing process especially fascinating is how it combines automation with human oversight. The tumbling machines ensure uniformity across large batches, but skilled workers often check the beans by hand to confirm consistency in size, shape, and appearance. This balance between technology and craftsmanship is crucial to creating jelly beans that meet the strict standards of quality control. All of these steps explain why the entire process can span up to 21 days. This carefully paced production ensures that every jelly bean is not only visually appealing, but also delivers the precise texture and flavor profile consumers expect. By the end of the 21-day process, the completed jelly beans are ready to move to the next stage: quality control and packaging. The beans are cleaned, sorted, and inspected to remove any defects. Only those that meet exacting standards are packed into bags or boxes. This intricate process is not just about making a candy, but about creating an experience. Every jelly bean owes its unique texture, vibrant color, and vivid flavor to this lengthy, detail-driven manufacturing journey. While it may seem surprising that so much effort goes into such a small candy, this elaborate process is precisely why jelly beans remain a favorite worldwide. As the production process concludes, the focus shifts to how these treats are prepared for distribution, ensuring they arrive in perfect condition for consumers to enjoy. The jelly bean is more than just a candy. It's the result of centuries of candy-making evolution, blending tradition with modern technology. Techniques like panning, first developed in the 1800s for treats like Jordan almonds, remain at the core of jelly bean production. Today, these methods are scaled up with advanced machinery and rigorous quality control, creating billions of perfectly made beans. This intricate process highlights the hidden engineering behind something seemingly simple. Next time you enjoy a jelly bean, consider its journey. What other everyday items might hold equally surprising stories waiting to be uncovered? Let curiosity guide your next discovery.